he still got $400 and something dollars.
But you
left.
put 1,000 away. You say, oh, he can
That's
put
after I put
1,000,
I already put the
2,000.
$1,000 away.
No. You say, oh, he can put $1,000 or $2,000 away.
I said 1,000.
There's no 2,000.
I said 1,000. I said 1,000. Put $1,000 or $2,000 away. $1,000 or $2,000 away. $1,000 or $2,000 away. If she checks her phone more than twice, I feel that's disrespectful. If you ain't got kids and you're a single dude, I don't advise dating single moms.
No, it is. I won't, like, if you don't want to deal with kids, I won't date you.
Welcome to True Love Journey Podcast. We are your hosts, Eminem. I'm Mario.
And May.
And today we're going to talk about bad first dates. What would cause you to never want to go on a date with a person again? Like, what are your deal breakers? Now, I'm looking at her Surface Pro, and she got a ton of different, she got like a laundry list of stuff. So
I'm picky about the ones that I'm going to date.
I hear that. Men are not so picky. I only got like a couple things.
You guys get what you get.
And she was able to make notes, so I'm unprepared on this one. So I'm going to be just going straight off the top of.
First.
Yeah, I usually am able to have notes, but
I'm prepared for one podcast. Let's go.
No, you got notes on 5 of them. Why are you making up stuff? Okay, so we'll start with your first one, or do you want me to go first?
No, go ahead.
I'm a gentleman, so I'll go ladies first, but she says me. Okay, so if I go on a date with a woman, if she checks her phone more than twice, I feel that's disrespectful. If I'm going out on a date with you, I'm going to be giving you my whole attention. So if I'm giving you all my attention and you checking your phone, I think that's a sign of disrespect. And not even that, but that means that you're not necessarily that interested in me. If you're doing other things than engaging me in conversation. See, and I'm a grown man. So if we don't have much of a conversation, right, or if you on your phone, that means that either one or two things. One, what I'm saying is not interesting enough. Or two, you're just not interested in me. Because when a woman, and you can chime in on this in a second, but if a woman is truly interested in you, I really do think she's going to pay you attention. And I think it's a sign of disrespect when she does anything other than that. All right.
Well, what if she has kids at home?
Okay. If she has kids at home, we would discuss.
Then she has to have the phone up and then every now and then check just in case if the kids call or the babysitter message, right?
I can understand that. This is why if you ain't got kids and you're a single dude, I don't advise dating single moms because it's a big challenge with that because their kids going to come first. But that's a whole other conversation. But
I have that in mind too.
That's not for this conversation.
No, it is. I won't, like, if you don't want to deal with kids, I won't date you.
We'll talk about that in a second. All right. So that was my first deal breaker was if a woman is disrespectful by not necessarily paying attention to the date, engaging in conversation, you on your phone, I think that's a sign of disrespect. All right, over to you. I see that.
My first one is that if I'm not physically attracted to you. There's a lot of stuff that comes before the conversation.
Why would you go on a date with a person you're not attracted to?
You don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I went on a date with someone. The picture was good, the conversation was good, but then
was it a blind date? Oh, so I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't a blind date. Okay. The picture was way better than how he looked.
Catfish.
It just, yeah. So, no, just like.
So if you're
very first sight, I just no. That was not my type at all.
So if the pictures are better than they look in person, and when you get in person and you're not physically attracted, what are you doing after that? You telling them, "Hey, I don't want to see you again." What are you ghosting them?
No, I'm nice. I will continue the date, but then after that, I'm just gonna say, "Okay."
Oh, so you're gonna get free food?
I pay for my own food, then by the way, the first day you didn't buy me food, so you don't get to
listen. We don't dwell on the past on this thing here, okay? That's in the past.
I'm just saying, like some dude don't buy you food.
I offered to buy you food and you said no. Okay, let's move on.
All right, so
what's the next point?
Not physically attracted to them. The other one, bad hygiene.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like if you have yellow teeth or if you're smelly and sweaty. Sorry.
Okay.
Chop, ghost, and go.
All right. She's stealing my words. I'd say cut, chop, and ghost if... Anyway. All right. I agree with that. Hygiene. Y'all put deodorant on. And like hygiene is also taking a bath, dress nice, even if you don't have nothing but like. Is that on your list?
Dress nice.
I mean,
but listen to your
I'm
own
setting
advice,
myself
though.
for all kinds of stuff because I had just came
your
from work.
own advice, though.
I had just come from work, so I wasn't dressed to impress. Anyway,
Yes.
dress nice or communicate that to her that you're just coming from work or why And when I say dress nice, I mean maybe just a collar shirt and some nice jeans and some nice shoes. Women do look at your shoes; they look you from head to toe, and if your shoes dirty, I don't know what that signifies for them. I think it's pretty stupid.
Dirty shoes, not really, but I learned that on the first date you have to dress to impress. So if you're dressing too comfortable for no reason, like, okay, you had a reason, even though your reason was not thing, but you could have had an extra set of clothes in the car.
I could have.
But if a guy have time to be prepared, but then he comes with a shorts or a flip-flop or slippers
like
or jerseys,
like
no. If you don't put any effort to your look, then no.
Okay. All right. So hygiene, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Then not having a good conversation. If we don't have
that
any,
on your list?
Yep. Why you care so much about my list?
It's long.
It's long.
It's like 15 things on there. We only on number 3 or 2.
Oh, we get there.
Okay. All right.
But then it means, you see, you pass all of those, baby. I mean, like, you felt a couple of them,
no.
but I gave you a pass.
Yeah, you gave me a pass. I didn't pass all of them. Actually, the first 2. So hygiene, I guess I wasn't smelly or anything, but I wasn't dressed nice.
You weren't, yeah.
And then what was the other thing? Oh, if you're not
but
attracted.
I was,
but we were attracted to each other. Okay.
Yes.
All right, keep going. What's next on your list?
If you're rude or too flirty with the waitresses.
So you can't be rude and you can't be flirty.
No.
See, but that's
like
the thing.
Some people are just like too rude. And then some are like, some guys, if there's a waitress, then they're too flirty. Oh, you're under microscope the first date.
I want you to love me, but I don't want you to be too clingy. But I want you to give me space, but I want you to be up under me so I know that you love me.
Flirty with the
Women don't know it.
You're on a date with me.
You said don't be rude, but don't be flirty. So I could be kind to the waitress, and you could take that as flirting.
I don't take that as a flirt.
How do you? Everybody has a different thing. Everybody has a different idea of what flirting is. If I'm being cordial and kind and I'm smiling every time she comes by,
like also
or I ask her name.
Just like, for example, like if it's a nice waitress or whatever, if they're passing by and then your eyes is kind of wondering when I'm talking to you.
That's not really flirting. That's more like,
again.
Okay, but that's a deal breaker for you.
Wondering eyes, I guess. On a first date, if it's like we're getting to know each other, so pay attention.
Okay, I'm with that because I said if they on their phone too much or they act like they not paying attention, that's a deal breaker for me. Like, you need to be engaged.
But then again, with it doesn't have to be a waitress. It can be a waiter. You know,
I'm about the
rude
just
thing
like too.
Being polite. It's just how you handle yourself around other people, how you talk to other people, not just me. Because, like, again, most of the guys trying to impress us on the first date,
right?
But they don't necessarily need to impress the other people. So, like, how they handle their business, like how they handle talking to other people is also important.
Yeah,
I look at that.
I should have made notes because I forgot what my second point was. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think my second one would be, I think if anybody is rude to anybody, they probably wouldn't be in my circle anyway. But as far as like a deal breaker, I'm thinking like if she just has expectations, if she just using me for a foodie call. If I see you clearly like ordering the most expensive thing on the menu, now listen, I'm gonna be prepared for whatever it is on the menu. Obviously, I'm going to probably have planned it and I'll probably have looked at the menu. But even if not, I still don't, like, I would have minimum of about $100 on a date. So I wouldn't be worried.
First date?
Just on a date in general. When you go out, right, as a man, you got to be prepared for whatever might happen. You don't know what's going to happen. So I would say at a minimum, like, have $100 on hand. I'm not saying you got to spend $100. But look, I did an episode where I broke down about how much it costs.
Yes, but I still... Like, even though I'm a woman, I think $100 for the first date is too much.
I'm not saying you should spend $100.
The first date is about getting to know each other.
First of all, I'm not spending $100.
Seeing each other.
this is the thing.
Meeting each other in person.
This is the thing. On the first date, I'm not taking you to no expensive restaurant, Roof Chris, or what's one of the ones we like, Maestro's. I'm not taking you there. I'm taking you to, people gonna get flamed up when I say this.
To a park and not show up?
To a what?
To a park and not show up?
Park, coffee date. We can go to a restaurant that is reasonably priced. But listen, my thing is I'm looking for, if you're cool with us just doing that and you actually getting to know me, then it won't matter where we go. And if you're ungrateful for that place that we went, that's to me signifying a deeper issue. Mm-hmm. Like if I hear you complaining, that's the last time you hear from me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell her you can lose my number, or I'll just end the day early. Hey, look, this ain't working out. I don't
complain. Complain after. See, I'm complaining now.
What she's saying is, get the free food.
I didn't get the free
and
food.
then leave. We're not talking about you.
No, I'm just saying that I didn't complain then. I'm
you
complaining now. You
just gonna keep throwing shots about that.
Yeah,
huh?
I have to. This is
all right,
so good.
go with your next list. You got 20 things.
Yeah, I'm halfway done, baby.
Halfway?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
This one, it wasn't on my list, but we watched something, and the dude was so like burping at the table.
Oof.
So
yeah,
then that added up to my list. It's just
I mean, I would say be a gentleman, but today
have some
women
table manners.
Women don't have manners today.
No spitting, no putting your gum on the table. No.
You dealt with dudes that do that?
No, but I saw it on TV, so it will be deal breaker.
Okay, well, I mean,
we watched something that was like the dude was constantly burping.
I don't remember that.
He spit in the cup. Remember?
Oh, he had tobacco.
Yeah.
He had tobacco.
He was chewing on the tobacco.
Yeah. If you chew and you dip, that's oof. Oh yeah, if you smoke, that's a deal breaker for me too. Mm-hmm. If I see that you smoke, if you have a pack of cigarettes, if I see them in your purse, if I see them drop out, that's it, done. I don't mind, believe it or not, I don't mind the marijuana so much. But it can't be something that like you have to do every day. Like it can't be a vice. Like
you can't be addicted.
Right. You can't be, it got to be something that you just maybe do leisurely, but not on a first date, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a grown man, so if you talking about let's go smoke on the first date, I mean, probably recreational use only, if at all. I don't like smoke. I don't deal with that. I would just
deal with that smell.
Yeah, I would just avoid it altogether, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what's next on your list?
If after talking to the person, if I realize that they don't have any ambition or goals for their future.
It's a first date. How can you tell?
Well,
you can't tell
that's
everything.
Why you go on a date to talk to the person.
It's one date, though. To find out somebody's ambitions or goals.
So what is your 5-year plan?
Okay, but you don't ask that on a first date.
Oh, me and you talked about this before we went on the first date.
Yes, we built up that connection for a couple weeks before we went on that first date. That's a little bit different than if you on a date and you just like, hey, what's your 5-year plan? If a woman asks me that, where are you planning on being in 5 years? Well, I would tell her bits and pieces of it, but I'm like, why am I telling you that? I don't even know if I want to include you in that 5-year plan.
It's not that about including. Like,
what's your plan?
No,
What are you bringing to me? For me, like, go ahead.
No, go ahead, baby.
No, I'm done.
It's not about what you're bringing for me. It's like if you have ambition and you have some goals that you're going to reach, you know. I met people that they have no idea what they're going to do. Like, they're just stalling in every day. They don't know what they're going to do. They say, okay, are you going to improve? Are you going to have another, like they had business. They say, oh, okay, are you going to like improve this business? No.
All right.
It's just like I can.
That brings up a question for me. What if a person is making a certain amount of money and they're comfortable where they're at? They can pay all their bills. They can put some money aside. They can take you out, right? Comfortably. And they're comfortable with that. Is that a deal breaker that they don't want to do better? Because I don't see an issue with that. If a guy he's
already reached his goals, then he's good.
If he reaches, no, this is what I'm saying though. Women don't understand this. Let's just say, I'm just gonna put a number on it. Okay, this is an arbitrary number. What if the guy made $50,000 median average salary, between $45,000 and $50,000, and the guy didn't have any debt? He was able to pay all his bills and put $1,000 or $2,000 away in savings, right? Most women, though, let's just say if they work themselves and they make $70,000 or $80,000
$2,000 a month.
What?
$2,000 in saving. every
$1,000 a month that they could put away in savings, $1,000 a month after all their bills, and they debt free, and they make
a month
$1,000 a month. Yes.
with a 50,000.
Yes.
Okay.
That-
Not realistic. I'm saying maybe that's not a realistic numbers.
If their cost of living, it is. If their cost of living is not that much. Mm-hmm. Where did I go? What are you thinking?
I'm also a math teacher.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Then? Break down the numbers for me.
$50,000.
Let's do
I'm
some
like,
math.
do
Let's
some
do
math.
some math.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, but you continue with what you were saying while I'm doing this
$50,000. You will take home about 40.
math. Okay.
50,000 is not. Yeah. Like
Let's
just
just say 40 then.
40.
Divided by 12. That's $3,000 a month.
Then yes, and then with the medical too, that goes out.
If you $3,000 a month though. Okay.
$3,000.
Most people cost of living. If it's a guy that's single, he probably not gonna be paying $2,000 for rent. Not here. We in Houston. $1,500. Okay, that leaves him $1,500. Rent ain't gonna be $1,500 everywhere.
And then like okay, but I just say $500 for the car and the insurance. That's $2,000.
What if he got a paid off car? Okay, but fine. Let's use your numbers. $2,000.
Paid off car from World War II.
I got 2 paid off cars, so
From World War II.
my other car
Maybe
is not
World
from
War
World War
One.
II.
One of
My
them
other
is from
car
World
is
War
not
One.
that old. It's more recent and
I'll take
and
a
it's
video.
paid off.
I'll take a video.
Okay, let's ask a question. Who's smarter? The person who has a car note that they have to pay on for a long time, taking a good
Whose
chunk.
car is running right now?
All my cars are running. Really? We taking shots like that? All right. Y'all, she be trying to chop me up. She trying to chop me up. Okay, I did the math. No, it's $3,333 per month. If they make $50,000 after taxes, we said
Okay, go.
Take home $40,000. What?
No.
That's $3,000.
$3,000.
$3,333
Okay,
a month.
3,000. 1,500 for the house, for
Hold
the
on.
apartment.
I said they can put
500.
$1,000 away, which means that now we at $2,333
Yeah,
that they have to live off of.
that's not enough.
You don't think $2,333 is enough to live off of?
No.
Then you a terrible budgeter.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Am I?
No, you're not. but
Exactly.
your numbers.
I'm not.
Your numbers don't add up.
Yours.
I said $2,333. If it's a
2,000
single man,
yes,
we
but
talking
then
about
like,
in Houston, okay?
in Houston, like even for the apartment, like $1,000 for
in
one bedroom.
affluent areas. In areas that are okay or decent, you can get a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom for $800 or $900.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Ask Zoe stays in one. Mm-hmm. And it's $900.
Okay.
And it's not in a bad area. It's far, but it's not in a bad area.
It's very far.
It is very far, but it doesn't matter. His cost of living is lower, okay? And $2,333 can pay all his stuff, and
Okay, then how much he pays for the car and insurance?
I don't know.
He
But-
doesn't have a paid off
Hold
car.
on. Let's do the math. $2,333. I'm going to do it real quick for you. $2,333 minus $900 leaves $1,433. What's next? Car note?
Oh, 400.
insurance?
Let's just say 400 for car note and insurance.
Okay.
That's actually on the
Okay.
cheap
Minus
side.
400. That leaves $1,033.
100 for cable.
Okay. Minus.
Or he's
100
not
for
gonna
cable.
watch anything.
Okay. 933.
If
He
it's
don't
a-
need. People don't do cable, baby. They do streaming.
I mean, like internet.
Okay.
100 for internet.
My internet is $45,
You-
and I have the highest speed.
I got a high speed too.
Yeah, and what is yours?
I don't know.
Is it
90?
See, that's the wrong answer.
No,
I don't
know.
know.
It's
So
$90.
It's 90. Okay, let's take yours. 90. I put 100 there. That's for internet. Mm-hmm. What else?
Did just say 400 for food,
Okay, that leaves 533. 400 for food. You said?
and then water, gas, electricity,
Mm-hmm.
trash.
That's probably electricity. Probably be 120 or so in a 1-bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's more because that would be more than what mine costs. So I'm going high here. So 533 minus 120. Okay, what's next?
Your electricity bill was $148.
I'm
this month.
going off a 1-bedroom. I stay in a 2-bedroom.
But the
Mine was
light is
140.
off. No
Okay.
one's here.
Anyway, like I said, just doing the math with what you said already,
But-
he still got $400 and something dollars.
But you
left.
put 1,000 away. You say, oh, he can
That's
put
after I put
1,000,
I already put the
2,000.
$1,000
No,
away.
no. You say, oh, he can put 1,000 or $2,000 away.
I said
2,000.
1,000.
There's no 2,000.
I said
away.
1,000. I said 1,000. put $1,000 or $2,000 away, $1,000 or $2,000 away, $1,000 or $2,000 away. I took the $1,000 away before we even started doing these calculations. So right now, during all your calculations, I went on the high side. Okay, he still got about $400 to spare.
But he's living in a $900 apartment.
So what? What does that matter? If it's just him.
So he's content in a 1-bedroom apartment, and then he wants
for
to get
right
a girl?
now. Let's say he's trying to build
but you
something.
say if he's content, if he's good, if he has everything that he wants, he's putting money away, and he's gonna be there, and he's saving, and he doesn't want to change anything.
If he's content, that should be fine.
But if you're living in 1-bedroom apartment and you want to start a family, and then if you want to start a family, then you can't stay there.
Right? Then both of them can work together and build up to something else bigger. That's fine.
So then that means that you should have some goals.
I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking your argument that as far as ambitions and goals, if he's all right where he's at, that should not be a deal breaker.
He's all right where he's now.
First of all, let's just be real.
Not for future, for getting.
I understand, for having a family.
For having a family. That's not going to work.
Okay.
50,000. Okay, so
right, but
you're
then
saying
she should
50,
be bringing
000,
something to the table too.
She will bring, but like 50,000. Okay, maybe she is comfortable where she's at.
Okay. What is she making?
Well, 50K.
All right, that's 100K together. If they can't make it on 100K, they can't budget. You're a terrible budget.
Yeah, but then again, it's for them to. But if you're bringing family and having
you can live
kids,
off $100,000 having 3 kids. I would say at a minimum. Now we're not talking East Coast, West Coast. If you're on East Coast, New York, and like some of those northern New Jersey, Baltimore, right? The cost of living is higher over there. If you're on the West Coast, Cali, Oregon, Washington, way up there, sky high. But if you're in the Midwest, or if you're in any other part of the United States, the cost of living is not that expensive. So you can raise 3 kids on $100,000 with 2 incomes.
What if he's living with his parents and he's comfortable there?
No.
That was a deal breaker too. If you're 30 and up and you have no good reason for living with your parents.
What reasons would you be okay with a guy living with his parents? I'll say one.
If it's transitioning.
Transitioning from what?
For example, if he got a divorce.
Divorce. I was going to say that. That's
lost
my
a lot.
Thing.
And then now we go back home so he can save up to do something.
Okay.
But if you never left the nest, then that is absolutely a deal breaker.
I agree.
And you're 30 up.
I agree. You made some bad life decisions. Actually, as a man, that might be a good life decision if you don't have a girl at that time, because then you maximizing the money the amount of money you can save, and then the money that you got to pay out. That would actually be a smart move. But I would say if you're over 30, man, you need your own place, seriously. Unless something happened where you was in a divorce or you broke up with somebody and y'all had a place together, something like that. Okay, what's next on your list?
Yeah, in my culture, all girls and boys, they stay with their parents until they get married.
Okay, so then that's not that far-fetched.
That's not, but that's a different country, different culture. That's how we brought up.
Right.
And we save our money.
Right.
You know? And then when we get married, the parents help a lot.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause here because I want you guys to answer the question, and then remind me, we're going to talk about, because we both got daughters, and I'm going to talk about them staying at home until a certain age. So for you,
daughter is different than sons.
I know that's different. I know.
Sons have to.
I would also agree with that. Now, here's what I want you guys to answer. Okay, what would be a deal breaker for you on a first date? Okay, we've talked about some of the things, but for you, I want you to drop in the comments, right? What would be a deal breaker for you? If you're listening on iTunes or Apple, make sure when you get home that you go on the YouTube, check this podcast out, and drop a comment and tell me what would be a deal breaker for you on a first date. Now, we both have daughters. Mm-hmm. For me, I would want my daughter to stay with me as long as possible until she finds a husband or somebody that she is serious with.
I agree with that.
Okay. I don't see a reason. For me, I think the more that a young lady has her father in her life, I think it's a better thing, because then there has to be a certain bar of man that she will deal with. That's just my opinion. And also, man, it's hard out here. It's hard out here, even though I've been doing this for 3 decades, and you've been doing it for a long time, for 2 decades or something, like almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades.
And it's hard to maintain that. It's not easy to maintain. So I understand that it's a lot to pay bills and take care of children. But I would be okay with my daughter staying with me. My sons, I'm not. I always tell them now, and you guys might disagree with this, and you can tell me what you think about this. But I tell them, and I want to put this in their mind, like 18, bruh, you know, you gonna have to do something. Now, I told them that they would have to get their own
Disagree
place.
with the 18 though.
I know, but I don't mean that I'm gonna kick them out at 18. Okay, I meant I want their mind to be thinking that there's an expectation there. There's a, you know, you can't just not do anything. You have to go to work or go to school. Like those are my two requirements. Okay, and if you don't do that, then yes, you got to go, because you're not just gonna sit at home and not do nothing. I know what it takes to be a man out here, and I'm not gonna allow you to be a subpar human being, okay? Just sitting at home. And by the way, if you're a grown boy and you're not making money in today's world, you just lazy. It's that simple. And so I'm not going to allow my sons to be lazy. Now, that don't mean, let's say if they're going to college and they decide to go to a local college, they can stay at home. Will I require something of them? Maybe, but I wouldn't even spend the money. I would get whatever. Let's just say if I say, okay, you pay one bill. You pay, I don't know, whatever, a low bill or something, internet, whatever money they give me, I would hold that for them until they graduated and were able to get their own place, and I would give that back to them as like a down payment. I mean, I'm doing some other things to try to give them a better life, but I would make some more requirements for my son. For my daughter, I would make some requirements, but I would let her know that it's okay. You know, if you want to stay and pursue school or anything like that, or if you want to you know, say whatever, it's okay for her to stay with me. I think in that respect, the daughters are different than sons.
What if your daughter want to be single until like she's 40?
Single until she's 40? I wouldn't recommend that. I would tell her that her best childbearing days are in her 20s. She would be cautious to not do it before 30. But there's just some criteria that you would have for the guy that you want to build with. And listen, realistically, at 20, guys are not in a position to really take care of a family. But if you find one that is ambitious, that do have some goals, then you could do that. We got off track a little bit. We supposed to be talking about first date. Let's get back to the list.
Well, with the whole kids, before we go back, if my sons are gonna go to school, as long as they're in school, I don't require anything from them.
Okay, what is the cutoff age for you that they can stay in the house? Because we may differ on that.
After college, when they go to work.
Put a number on it.
25.
25. I'm with that.
Yeah,
By
as
25.
long as they're in the school, focus on your work, focus on your school, get good grades. You don't need to pay anything.
Yeah.
I'll take care of you.
Well, no, you got to pay something. I don't want them to think because the thing is,
but if
they got to pay something, and the something don't necessarily mean that it has to be money that we gonna keep. It could be something that I'm gonna return back to them, but they need to learn responsibility. They need to learn what it feels like to spend their own money, because until you do that, you don't value money like that. Kids these days don't value anything.
Sometimes it's hard to be a full-time student.
Not all kids, but
sometimes it's hard to be a full-time student and then also go to work.
I understand that.
You know,
men need that. Men need that.
Pressure.
They need that pressure. They need that molding.
That is true.
They need that. If they going to school and doing something else, it's going to be the same thing as when you going to work and you got a family. Because there's going to be responsibilities that life demands from you. And I think that some adversity is needed for every man, which is why I really put that in their head about the 18 thing. It's not necessarily that I'm going to kick them out, but I want them to have the expectations that I have to do something with my life. Okay? And men need that at a young age. They need to know before they get, if they become teenagers, I would even wager to say teenagers, and they don't know that you have some expectations on them, they're going to be a sorry ass man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my opinion. And I refuse to allow it. I want them to be a productive member in the world and to make something better of themselves. And they can't do that if there's no boundaries and no expectations set on them. All right, back to your list.
The only thing that was left is that if I find out that they're travel for work and they don't want to come back, then they don't have any intention
Okay.
of coming back to town and staying.
So would you, I mean, well, you got
that
kids,
is for
so
me.
you couldn't travel.
I couldn't travel.
Yeah.
My work is here. My kids are here.
Okay.
It's different for other women.
What if he offered?
For me, it's kind of a deal breaker. If you don't have an intention of coming back, because I need my partner close by.
What if he made enough money where he could take you and the kids and say, hey, just come with me. Y'all can be with me wherever I go, and I'll take care of y'all. And he followed it up with his actions. Would that still be a deal breaker for you?
I don't like to be 100% dependent. So, yes,
You can
I
work.
will not.
You can work from home. You can do something while he's doing it, and I
But
understand.
that's on the first date. I'm finding out.
Why don't you want to be 100% dependent on somebody that's going to take care of you? On a
No
man
woman
that's
should be 100% dependent.
Why not?
Because life throws
Right.
curveballs.
Now, I agree that they should have something for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Not so much to help the man out, but today I think it does require a 2-person household because of the average income. Now, you and I, we make pretty good money. We're above, I would say,
We're above that.
maybe above what the median is according to the statistics. I do think a woman should have her own, but as far as her feeling like she doesn't need a man, and I know you don't have that.
I don't think that we don't need a man.
I know that. I'm just saying there are a lot of women that's the mantra today. I don't need a man. I don't need you to take care of me. I'm independent or whatever, and they don't understand the dynamic of what that means. So when you say I don't want to be completely dependent on a man, if a man is willing to take on that, well, that's not to say you couldn't do your own thing. So that would still be a deal breaker just because he wants you to travel with him and he's willing to pay for you and the kids.
If I have the opportunity to continue my work also, then
You can
no, it
continue your
wouldn't.
work anywhere.
Again, so like mine, yes, it will be a pause. I don't have a certificate for other states.
Okay.
So-
but you could get it though.
Yes.
I don't think there's an excuse for any woman. If a man is going to take care
then
of you
it's also
and
like-
you want to do your own thing,
Yes. But then also, like, for example, my family's here, my kids' families are here.
I can understand
It's
that.
not going to be very easy. Oh, okay, my man wants to go. Let's get up and go.
If
you
he
know?
has the money to take you on the road, he probably would have the money to go back and see family. I can understand being away from family, but also if you're deciding that you're going to be with that guy, what does it matter?
But
if
then
you
that's,
want him
that's
and
the
he
thing.
wants you,
It's just like if at the very beginning, I'm not going to put myself in that situation.
I see.
So if I see that he's
got off track for a
traveling,
second.
yes, if he's traveling for work and he doesn't have an intention, I don't think so.
All right. Remember, in the comments, y'all listening, watching, go down in the comments and put what would be a deal breaker for you on a first date. If y'all having a conversation and they said this, I'm out. I'm ghosting. I'm not calling them back. All right.
So
What's the
for
next on your list?
summarizing? No, that's it.
That's it?
Summarizing, physically not attracted. If they dress too comfortable.
Okay.
If they smoke.
Yeah. Me too. I
If
don't
they're
like to smoke.
rude or flirty or not paying attention to
They
us.
disrespectful to me.
Or like not paying attention when we're talking to them. If what else
They
did we
ratchet
talk
or
about?
ghetto. I didn't say that, but for me, listen,
If they're too loud.
with the plans that I plan on doing, I plan on being in rooms with a certain caliber of person. And if I can't take that woman to be like, if she can't be versatile in these different type of rooms, I don't want her. Because the thing is, she might
a
mess
good
up some
one.
deals for me. So if on the first date, you loud, you obnoxious, you don't know how to carry a conversation. If I see you a little ratchet and ghetto. Now, I'm not talking about those women who have graduated from that, who have learned that, okay, I need to behave in this way in this environment. Like, you got to be able to read the room. If you can't read the room, you're done. Besides that, listen, I was asked this question. Do I want a docile woman? And the answer is yes. Do I want a woman that's soft, feminine? Yes, I do. And in turn, I'm not going to treat her like crap. I'm not going to talk down to her or any of that stuff. But I don't want all this. Too much of this, I ain't going to deal with it. Period. I don't want to be challenged at every turn. And for the women that'll say, oh, well, only a real man can handle me. No, go fix yourself. Go fix your attitude. You don't have to be that to get your point across. She and I, we never yell at each other. And she gets her point across without yelling.
Softly.
Very, very, like, I know when she mean business and she don't have to yell to do it. And neither do you. So, all right, that's it for today. Thank you guys. You guys can support us. I'll see about getting a Cash App. I guess we'll create one. But if you want to support us, then hit that subscribe, hit that like. If you're listening on iTunes, please subscribe to that so you can listen to us every time we come out with an episode. We appreciate you. Peace, blessings, and prosperity. You want to say anything?
If you guys have any question and you want to ask us, leave it in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Leave it in the comments. You can DM us on social media at True Love Journey. That's on Instagram and TikTok. All right. We out of here.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. But I don't know. What were we talking about? I was trying to remember my point. What was this point? Come on. You recording.
I know. I forgot to wait.
Crap. When two people forget what we was talking about. All right, fine. Go back to your list.
Traveling, baby.
Okay. So, the dependency thing.
Mm-hmm.
So